Back pain?
Stress.
Yep.
How she went through life stress-free. Secrets that she whispered about marriage,
raising
relationships,
children,
yeah,
kids,
yeah,
money problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, how she never had a, and she never had a money issue after she learned this secret, you know.
Actually, I have a grandmother like that. She's actually passed since '95, but she went through the Great Depression, her and my grandfather, and they're well off. Well, not her anymore, but he's still alive, and they're well off because of what they lived through during the Great Depression.
Sure.
So they learned, you know.
So you could even do it with the grandmother trilogies. It doesn't have to be the same grandmother. You know, it's just, we just notice it's like the grandmother, whisperings of the grandmother, the prosperity, the 7 prosperity secrets of 7 different grandmothers, and you know, one had to do with weight loss, one had to do with back pain. I mean, you could start a whole new little.
Man, a whole rich dad, poor dad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Very well put. Very well put. We're still in good shape. So, what are we going to offer? What's the offer? What's going to get them excited?
I mean, I guess we'd have to decide whether we're trying to build up a database or sell them something immediately while building up that.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we're going to keep it pure, the method would be to get the data first and then try to exit them. I mean, I'm not saying that if you have a product immediately that you don't want to make money if it's there. Right, yeah. I'm not saying leave money on the table. But the thing that we've got to remember, that the whole real core, at least from my perspective of the NPOD model, that really makes things so cool, is that when you build that database and you bond yourself to them, and it's a free opt-in database, and you've done a good job of delivering value and building that relationship with them, you can take that in any direction you want. I mean, literally any direction you want. It's an asset that's there for you to go back to again and again and again, and that well will not go dry, provided that you continue to give value and you get, you know, I mean, you've got to maintain it. But like when I think about this, and I do it, and you and Matt and you guys, I mean, if you've been around the game, you immediately go to the profit model immediately. You know, and where am I going to do it at what point? It's just a matter of when. I mean, but I think for the beginner that doesn't understand necessarily how the, you know, if they can build a list of 100 people or 200 people that are responsive, and they can get just one sale, you know, on something I mean, that's my goal personally in life, is to teach people how to just get that process started as quickly as possible, and then improve every aspect of it, and then so personally, that's where I would go if we're talking about a pure approach. But you know, the other thing that you can do is have them sign up, and the minute they sign up for whatever, so that you capture the data, then you can have, you know, an unadvertised special offer of something, and say, you know, just see if you know what percentages you can get on something immediately right off the bat. But that also might not be something that we could launch and start making money with in, you know, a 1 or 2 day period or a week-long period. It may require a little bit of extra work, you know, to get it in play. It's just a matter of where we want to go with it. But I'd have to say that there would be tons of affiliate programs with weight loss related products.
Well, if we're pitching this as like the solution, then how are we going to go and pitch like, here's another solution?
Because it's all about the mental mindset first. And so here's how I would twist it. I would say something along the lines of, well, we've got, you know, we're talking about the mental game, and
You're talking about back ends.
yeah, and where you're going to move it to. It can be done. You just have to give it some thought. But I mean, you could twist it to say, you know, that that we all need a little help, and that have you ever taken 2 people? Here's a perfect example. 2 people on the same product. One loses all sorts of weight. One loses nothing. What's the difference? Well, the product worked, right? You can't say the product didn't work because it didn't work for that other. What was wrong? Their mental mindset and so on. So now you use the product in conjunction with these mental techniques, and it works.
They knew the 7 whispers.
Yeah, yeah. Not saying it's necessarily the most elegant, but it's the most elegant I came up with at this particular second.
So maybe like start off giving them like kind of the overview or the high level understanding of this whole idea here, and then like gradually creates a product or something that goes into like greater detail that you can eventually sell to them.
Yeah, each one could be a preview, like we did with the MLM stuff.
Yeah. It's like this way you can get it launched and start building your database while you're working on like your actual product that you're going to sell and make money from.
Maybe a combination of, you know, a special report that kind of distills what you're going to be, and then, you know, follow up with the audio whispers, which, you know.
We could have this up in 24 hours and then add a whisper a day or the next week.
Right. And the important thing, again, I mean, I'm kind of preaching to the choir, but is to get into action. You know, is to get something moving. You know, it doesn't have to be elegant. Just get it, like you said, 24 hours, man. And then see what happens. Like when you start promoting NPOD, and you had you were collecting, you know, for the seminar, before we even had the teleseminar, you guys were already collecting email addresses saying, you know, do you want to register? And I said, well, where's the seminar, guys? I said, oh, we're going to do it. We've been meaning to call you up about that. But they already had they were already collecting the data for it, and they were already doing it. And then, all right, so now they've got to go out there, you know, but it happened at the same time. And so, I mean, that's the beauty of doing something like this. I mean, literally, this you could be testing this in the next 48 hours and seeing if it's got some teeth. And you could test your headline differences, and then we'd know for sure whether we got something or not.
Whether or not the sumo outpulls the grandma.
Yeah, or whether whether it's the women versus the men, or the, you know, whether we want to just have it niched, you know, and which one worked. What would be the urgency? Why do we want? What would be the thing that would get them to act now? You know, why is this different than everything else out there? Why? What can we build in it that they can't put this off? They can't close the website down. They can't go to, you know, back and come tomorrow. They've got to do it right now. They got to stop whatever the hell they're doing, crawl over broken glass, and sign up now.
Price goes up tomorrow.
Okay, it's a free offer.
Introductory test.
Okay, so tomorrow we're going to start charging for it? Okay. What else?
Grandma's